Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to my FC26 Create a Club Career Mode FC Destiny with Balsa Tavira, our Portuguese created club. Let's get straight into this thing. What do we have on tap this episode? I'm going to kick things off with an Academy tournament featuring a few debuts I'm really excited for. We'll continue our tactical conversation that we keep having, and then we'll get through 7 league matches in total. We're going to sim 4 in between 3 that will play all at home, all against opponents that we should be able to get results against: Arouca, Estoril, Praia, and Estrela, Amadora. And what's most important right now is seeing us play against these kinds of clubs, not the big clubs at the top of the table, but the clubs that we can knock down as we pass them in the table. We are barely out of last right now, as you see, still in the heart of a relegation battle, so the goal of this episode is to see if we can begin to crawl out of this bottom 3 section. And we're gonna kick it off against the 16th place team Arouca. With a win, we go ahead of them. Your player of the episode from episode 4, Hans Magnusson, our new superb Swedish fish star. 16 years old, and he came into the club and got 1 goal and 2 assists on his debut last episode. That might be the best debut for a striker we've ever seen from an academy kid. He got +1 potential for his performance in the actual match, and then we gave him +1 pace and +2 short pass, +2 long pass, +2 heading accuracy, and +3 composure, now up to 48. This kid played above his ratings, in my opinion. It's always nice to see that kind of thing. Certain players just have it in the game, and he may be one of them that does. Interesting thing to see with his development plan here, he actually has the role of false 9 right now, not false 9 plus. I like keeping players unbalanced because I like a well-rounded player growing. I don't want them to not grow at certain things, and I don't love that for all of my players. However, Hans Magnusson, I put him in the false 9 role last episode, and he really succeeded. So we'll talk about that later when I get into the tactics talk, but first thing we're going to do is academy stuff. We're going to get into a tournament. Looking at our academy right now, we've got some new faces that we're going to get to see debuts of in this tournament, one of them being Olof Berglund, who has completed his development already to become a center back. So we're going to go ahead and change his position here, and I think you saw his overall go up there. Yes, you did, up to a 54 now as a center back, so clearly this is what's meant to be for him. Looks like he's going to have high potential too. We need a defender in the academy, so that was huge. But we're going to get to see debuts for Fawzi Al-Turk and Thierry Rouzier, both left-footed wingers that I'm excited to see for the first time, so I'm going to go play this academy tournament and then show you the highlights. So it was a lot better of a performance from Domingos Jamuana, a couple of nice early saves. Later on though, on the break, hard one to stop, 1-0 Porto. Things were not easy in this academy tournament again for us, but nice play between Rouzier and Al-Turk leads to a goal for Fawzi Al-Turk. 1-1. To extra time, we'd go. Al-Turk creating an amazing chance here for Acevedo, and that's a chance we're really gonna wish we took. One more chance late here. It's Olof Berglund winning it, driving the length of the pitch and lacking in the finish, so off to pens here. Al-Turk was first and he missed the target. Luckily, Domingos answered with a save himself. Thiago Acevedo puts his away, but look at this here, a missed chip by Rouzier. A third straight save by Domingos, but I hate this. The attacker's able to follow up the rebound. We miss again, and then Porto puts us away. Pretty disappointing, but I think we're getting a little better. Missing some big chances, but at least we're creating some. Really loved what I saw from Fawzi Al-Turk in his first appearance, and a nice improvement from Domingos Jamuana in this match for sure. Now we've got a couple of changes to the lineup for this one. Hans Magnusson stays in the lineup after his amazing cup performance, and Apollo Moon gets to start at center back, which means Ivo Julio is our captain today. However, let's talk tactics. Hans Magnusson has the false 9 role, and he played it very well last episode, so him and Pedro Buena are going to be holding and attacking and helping pivot our attack, and I like the way that works last episode. That's going to allow Joao Ferreira to make more runs. He's on inside forward now. Dudu Duarte is going to be doing a bit of everything as he has been. I'm loving the way he's playing. Boston Atwater, advanced forward, versatile, pairs well with this false 9. I think he's able to make runs, but also help out a little bit as well if needed in the build-up. And then Gabrandashvili is now on winger attack. I think that's going to allow him to run off of Boston Atwater, but also be in a threatening position on that wing and maybe get some crosses in towards Boston. This worked last episode in the cup against Rio Ave, and we're going to see it here against Arouca. As for the breakout scenario, it's gonna be Hans Magnussen, and he already has 2 playstyles, so I want to show you his skill attributes because his dribbling rating is a 42. Really low for the Swedish striker, so we're gonna try to get that up. I will give him +3 to his dribbling, up to 45, if he can get 80% dribble success in this match or higher, and also at least one time in this match beat a defender and create a chance. So let's see if Hans can build off of his amazing cup performance and Balsa can go out there and get a win today. We definitely need a result today. A win would push us ahead of the team we're playing, so vamos! Good strength from Boston Atwater. Could it lead to something? Hans Magnussen misplaces the pass. Apollo Moon keeps it. What a ball here from Gaprindashvili. Good through ball here from Pedro Buena, and Hans Magnussen misses the effort. Nice ball here from Duarte. Pedro Buena. Very nicely done. Back to Duarte. Here is Boston Atwater. This is great from Balsa Tavira and Tornike. Gaprindashvili. Really thought he was going to score that one. Nice job, Mario Kuhlman to intercept, and we've been very... Magnussen in a great position here to keep the attack going, and Joao Ferreira has it in a dangerous position. That's a great cross. It's Boston Atwater. The keeper does so well there to keep them alive. Love the way we're playing as Apollo Moon intercepts again, and Gaprindashvili looking to hit him quickly, but that's not going to work, so we're going to go back into our slow build-up, and I love it. And halftime hits here. No score. Balsa Tavira looking pretty good, but still missing some final touches, as expected. Due to Duarte pressing very well, winning it back here, and losing it. Gaprindashvili onto Atwater. Due to Duarte, has Gaprindashvili. Come on, Tornike. Dangerous position here, and it's amazing the angles these defenders take. You can't really do anything other than cut it back or play it early. Magnussen out to Gaprindashvili. We're working it well again here. Atwater onto Magnussen. Sergi Pedro Buena breaks the deadlock. 1-0 Balsa Tavira. It's the Spaniard. Great build-up here. It was really, really well done. And Hans Magnussen, in his second match ever, has his 3rd ever assist. Nervous defensively here. We've got to hold on and get a clean sheet, which is something we're not used to. And as I say that, here's a chance for Arouca. Another chance saved by Ivo Julio. What an idea here. What a ball. And Arsenio Aguas has to do a lot. Apollo Moon back in position. Due to Duarte tracking it. Leal is there. Pedro Buena ends up with it, and we survive. Late on here, they're going to open us up, and of course, in the 89th minute, they score. Oh my god, we were trying to lock in defensively. I do not know how that happened. Well, we've got like 3 minutes to see if we can pull off a miracle. Due to Duarte, Hans Magnussen. God, if he could have just not sprinted forward, he actually might have scored there. And we're going to draw in a match that we probably should have won. Frustrating as ever. This game is just, it's been so frustrating this year. Not a lot of wins. I still think we only have 2 or 3 on the entire year. Sergi Pedro Buena and Duda Duarte were fantastic in the midfield today. Both wings were pretty solid too. Honestly, everybody played pretty well today, but I think we needed a little bit more from Boston Atwater and Hans Magnussen in the scoring department. Only 2 shots combined between them for the entire match, but overall, I'm not really disappointed with this effort. I am disappointed that we didn't win it though. And in real time, you can see Hans Magnussen had 86% dribble success rate, and he definitely beat someone with a dribble and was able to create a chance, so Hans Magnussen +3 to his dribbling rating. And in the ultimate shock here, after a disappointing draw in my opinion, a win against Casapia, who's top half of the table, 2-1. Tazi scores the winner, Boston Atwater scores another. And here comes an unexpected event, chairman interference. That's a long paragraph. Let me summarize it for you after I read this. Alright, this one's actually pretty easy. Basically, they just want us to start Hans Magnussen next match, so let's go do that. So mission accomplished against Braga. Hans Magnussen starts, Boston Atwater gets a goal, but we lose 4-1. Kind of as expected. And there they are, thanking us for our support, starting Hans Magnussen. I guess they don't really care about the results, just seeing our Swedish striker in action. And here comes another unexpected event. It looks like this one is an injury. Evandro Martins has an illness, so it seems like we're gonna have to be without him for the next game. Oh, and we're actually going to get a choice. We should let him train or send him home, and honestly, with Nico Leao being one of our options and a starter, I don't mind sending him home. Get better, Evandro. And we've gotten a message from him. Looks like he's going to be ready to play next match, and he was able to go recover. I mean, just take care of your players. That's not really a hard, unexpected event, but look at us with good player management. And it looks like he's actually not going to be ready for this match, so I don't know what he's talking about, but it's good to know that we're going to be able to start him next week. We've got one more to sim here against Famalicão, and I'm actually going to give Apollo Moon the start in this one. And in the sim, we do not score, we lose 2-0, and in a stretch of 3 simmings, I'm happy to come away with 3 points. We just played 2 very good teams back-to-back, actually 3 very good teams, I would say, overall. And even with a win in those 3 matches, we still sit in 17th. We went up and then back down. Arouca are really struggling. It seems like we're going to stay ahead of them, but we've got to get ahead of Arouca or Nacional in the next few weeks. We're going to play 2 of our next 3 matches. The second of those 3 is going to be against Estrela Amadora at home, but this next upcoming match is going to be against Estoril Praia, who are having a very good season overall, to be honest. But in my opinion, are a team we should definitely be able to get a result out of at home if we play our best match, so let's get into it. And the only change I'm going to make tactically at this point is we're going to put Boston Atwater on target forward balance. That way he's helping out a little bit with dropping off from the defensive line, holding up play, and laying it off to Gaprindashvili or Miguel or Ferreira or whoever. But I think that's going to help him stay a little bit more central. I think he was getting a little bit too wide and out of position last match we played. So there's a few changes for our match against Estoril Praia. We're keeping Miguel at striker in this one. Jamaldine Tazi starts on the wing, as does Chico Maya. Clayton in the midfield for this one, and Arsenio Aguas at right back. It's going to be his breakout scenario. We will give him +1 pace if he can get either a 7.0 match rating or higher, or if he can cover more ground in this match than any other player on the pitch. If he can do that, I'll give him +1 stamina as well. But let's see if we can have a good performance at home today. Balsa Tavira and Estoril Praia. Vamos, Dragons! Nicely done, Pedro Buena to press and win it back here. And Sergi with some conviction going forward. Miguel, did he stay on sides? Boston Atwater, 1-0 Balsa Tavira early. Beautiful, beautiful start for the Dragons. Chico Maya playing it forward. I thought that ball was offsides, but just barely, and the assist to Zé Miguel. That is either his 8th or 9th goal this season. I'm not exactly sure because of the one he scored in the cup match we played, but what a season for Boston Atwater. Nice job from Arsenio Aguas getting the start at right back today. And again, we look to hit him forward. Come on. Oh, Aguas with a little bit of a rough challenge there. I thought he was going to win that cleanly, but hey, you know what? I love the aggressiveness. Pedro Buena pressing and winning it back here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's the call? Now Sergi's out of position. Aguas, another great tackle under pressure there. Really well done. Chico Maya doing very well here, and Zé Miguel has it, looking for Boston Atwater overlapping. Oh, I thought he was going to win that easily. This is going to open us up a little bit. It's going to be a chance for Amaral, and how is Peko Pekovic not clearing that? Oh my god, 1-1. I thought this was going to be a guarantee that we clear this out. I don't know how that ball got through. Pedro Buena has it here. It's Boston Atwater. It's Zé Miguel. Chico Maya with it, trying to cross it in early to Clayton. Win this header, Boston. Surely. Nice strength there. And we do keep it. It's Zé Miguel to Chico Maya. Zé Miguel off to Pedro Buena. Boston Atwater! Make it 2! What a build-up! What a goal! What an assist! Oh, you love to see that. Beautiful Balsa play. Sergi with a nice assist. Just such good patience from this team. This has really been a great second half of this season, and this has been a great performance that I'd love to get a result out of now. Boston Atwater, on to Clayton here. Nicely worked here, Atwater. Pedro Buena fakes his shot, and the defender recovers, but Balsa playing with some confidence. I'm loving to see that. Peko Pekovic, nice play. Tazi on to Clayton. Clayton over the top. It's Atwater, and the defender does just enough to put him off. Halftime hits here. 2-1 Balsa Tavira. Those fans are loving it today. This has been a great showing so far. And the only change is we're going to take out Tazi and bring in Gaprindashvili for the second half. Looking to bring on Kuhlman for Aguas as well, but with that breakout scenario, might want to leave him out there. Oh, God, he better be offsides. Don't tell me that's the equalizer. It's not. He is offsides. Yes. It's a good pass here, and after a giveaway, they definitely break us down a little bit. But we have a chance to recover here. Pekovic is there. Oh, how did that find its way in? I thought he had it. Unbelievable. God, this game is so frustrating. Off of the wing, the cross comes in. I do not know how he kept that there. I really thought we dealt with it well. Man, a no-look finish, too. Get out of here. Oh, what a touch here. What a dummy. Ivo Julio saves. Chico Maya with an excellent defensive effort there. And they press us high to win it back. Just feeling like it's turning in their direction right now. Even when we win it back, we are under pressure. It's going to be Joao Ferreira and Duda Duarte in to finish this one off right now. I've loved the way we've looked in this match, but I would love it even more if we could find ourselves a winner. Aguas forward with it. That's really well done. Aguas taking what he's given. Gaprindashvili in the middle to Atwater. Zay Miguel! Oh my god! Oh my god. Maybe Zay Miguel is Darwin Nunez after all. Oh, I was silent because I thought we had the winner. Man, a draw feels like a loss now, but there may be one more chance in this. Boston Atwater with it. Duda Duarte. Pedro Buena. Ferreira. Atwater. Turns his defender, and that is such a clutch tackle. I thought we were just going to get that shot off. Oh, God. We've had 2 disappointing draws in this episode now. I've got to figure out how to get this team to get it over the line. This just feels like it's not meant to be right now, though. What an absolutely terrific day for Boston Atwater and Sergi Pedro Buena. Zay Miguel was definitely good in that false 9 role, but missed the game winner. So, I mean, he's either great or not great. I don't know. Zay Miguel's just a question mark over his head sometimes. I don't know what he's thinking. Peko Pekovic, excellent game. Arsenio Aguas, not going to get the breakout scenario, but some good effort today. And we do have one match in between now and the next time we're going to play, and honestly, what a result here today. We lose 1-0, only 1 goal allowed against a really good Benfica team. I don't think you can be too disappointed in that. And we are going to finish this episode off exactly where we started, unless we can go ahead and beat Estrela Amadora at home today. And a win there would push us past Arouca, as long as Arouca doesn't win against Porto, though, so that's a good one for us to maybe pick up some points with. 15th place Nacional, also playing Braga, so those are potentially some places we could pick up points against. Changes for the Estrela Amadora match. It's going to be Apollo Moon at center back, so Ivo Julio's our captain today. Evandro Martin's healthy and at left back. Chico Maya on the wing, and Hans Magnuson up front for this one. Breakout scenario is going to be for Apollo Moon at center back, and the goal is going to be a clean sheet and a win today. So if he can get a clean sheet, his defensive rating is going to go from a 57 to a 58, but if we can't get the clean sheet and we still get the win and he finishes the match, I will give Apollo Moon +1 potential, so clearly the goal today is to win, which is something that's been very hard to come by for this team in this season. So let's fight like hell and go get a dub. Vamos! This is good from Balsa to start it off. Boston Atwater was going to try to let that run, but the defender steps up. Peko Pekovic, my god, can be such a beast. Gaprindashvili doing well here. Boston Atwater. On to Hans Magnuson. Magnuson. Chico Maya. Chico saved. How Evandro Martins. That is excellent. We're on fire to start this match. It's Pedro Buena. To Chico Maya. To Boston Atwater, who takes too many touches. We're being a little slow with it. Maya tries to get the shot off. And man, we're really moving it well. Evandro Martins picks it off, and Chico Maya looking to go forward again here. Maya to Magnuson. Magnuson back to Maya. Chico Maya has been on fire. Atwater lets it run, and the defender perfectly steps across. Again, we create a chance, though. Oh my god, ball across on the counterattack, and Kika scores for Estrela. This is why you have to frickin' finish, my god. I can't believe they're scoring in this one. We've been dominating. Thought we dealt with this well, but Apollo Moon had to be right next to that defender and too much space between him and the attacker, and that is why they are winning. Intercepted by Duarte. That's a great interception here. Boston Atwater going forward with it and finding Chico Maya. Maya onto Pedro Buena. Sergi into the box, across to Boston Atwater, and that's a goal, of course. We needed it. It's been coming. 1-1. You know, I wasn't surprised that Sergi Pedro Buena laid it off to Boston Atwater, but that's a nice finish, to be honest. Boston Atwater, defensive effort now. Oh, God, that one was a lot worse than the previous one. Just hoping this is a yellow. It is a yellow card, and I think Boston Atwater avoided worse. Where he was on the field, you know, it's really not that bad. Estrela. Oh, they've beaten Evandro Martins here. No way! Oh my God, they've gotten themselves a second. This team just, the only chances they create, they're finishing. And this is Evandro Martins for giving up on the winger and not getting close enough to him, but my God, what a finish that really is. Cheeky is the word I would use, but we've got to get ourselves another now, and our defense is letting us down once again. No way is that onside. Have they opened us up again here? Evandro Martins is across, Julio saves, and Koolman clears. Just before halftime, you want to get to halftime at this point if you're Balsa. 2-1, we are down in a match that we are playing very well with the ball. Due to Duarte, hitting Pedro Buena on the counterattack. Sergi with a chance to give Balsa the chance to get back in this match. Lifeline, 2-2, game on. Patience from Duda Duarte, and that is a nice finish from our number 6, who's been a goal scorer from the midfield this season for us. 2-2, the whole second half to come back and hold them off in this one. Let's go get it. Hans Magnuson trying to time it well with Chico Maya. This is well done again. Pedro Buena, maybe in again. Pedro Buena cannot make it. What a save, but we're opening him up right now again. Hans. Oh, nicely done here. Chico cannot get there, but another good-looking pass. Duarte wins it. Our turn to go forward here. Pedro Buena on the counterattack. Gaprindashvili making a nice run. He's going to get it to Boston Atwater, who lets it run, and the defender recovers just in time. Gaprindashvili down to Boston Atwater. Boston! Oh my God, what a move, what a shot. This could be a chance. Estrela Amadora trying to hit us from the wing this time again, and it's unbelievable. They create like one chance every 20 minutes, and they've scored them all. We're down again. Defensively, this has been the absolute worst episode, worst stretch for Balsa Tavira, but attacking-wise, we have enough in the tank right now to go get another, but not with touches like that, Sergi. Austin. This is nicely done here. Gaprindashvili might be in. Tornique makes it 3-3. Quick response from Balsa. Tie game again. And this is great build-up play from Boston and Duda to work it between each other and then eventually get him on the run and get him his first goal in Balsa Red. Pedro Buena has it. Chico Maya making another great run. Here is Chico Maya. Nicely done. Magnuson, Duarte, Gaprindashvili, Magnuson! Beautiful from Balsa Tavira. 4-3. Unbelievable comeback. Down 3-2, and we have made it 4-3. Can our defense hold on? This team is absolutely fun to watch right now. I don't think I've ever expected to say that in this season. Ooh, it's a good chance here, Magnuson. On to Maya, Chico Maya. Look at a little bit of strength from Chico Maya. Magnuson, Atwater, cannot finish that one. But another chance. We're moving it well. Pedro Buena. Boston, Atwater, another chance. And we're bringing on Joao Ferreira for Chico Maya, who put in one of his best performances yet. He's really increasing in the pecking order, I think. Ball into the box, and it is all about clearing it out now. Duda Duarte's there, it's a cross, Julio saves. Honestly, just clear it. Just defend like hell, Balsa Tavira. Koolman blocks, that's a great block. Peko Pekovic, I don't know what you're doing, man, but hey, it's gonna work out. Honestly, we do not need another goal. We need to hold on to this 3 points that we have in the bag, and we do! That's a huge win for Balsa Tavira. What a comeback, what resilience. We somehow managed to win today, 4-3 against Estrela Amadora. Another game where we were absolutely in full flow with the attack. This is what we can do to the bottom table teams if we start to get our confidence up consistently. Goals for both of our strikers, 2 assists for Duda Duarte. Pedro Buena was unreal. Gaprindashvili had his best match for the club so far. This team was on fire. We just need to get this defense to start waking up consistently, but this is an awesome result. What a way to end the episode. Cannot wait for the next one. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, like the video to show your support, and I will see you again with Balsa Tavira. Until next time, this has been Therios. You'll never walk alone.